The market is sleeping on this very significant altcoin. It's an altcoin which is up over 10% today, but more importantly, has made 3 major announcements. This is not the next billion-dollar altcoin. This is not even the next 10 or $100 billion altcoin. This is an altcoin with the potential to be the biggest one in the space, a $1 trillion altcoin. We're going to get into exactly what this altcoin is. You guys have heard of it before. It's TON. It's the Telegram altcoin. I'm going to explain to you why I'm so bullish on this coin and why many people are continuing to sleep on this project. 3 major updates here over the last kind of few hours on exactly Toncoin. I'm going to explain exactly what's going on with Telegram, what's going on with their coin, is it a buy, am I buying at these levels, and a lot more. We're going to start off with the technical analysis, which you can see prices, of course, a lag measure, up 14% today, a big daily breakout candle. We've been monitoring this downward trend, finally got the breakout. Now, if you guys follow any of my TA input, you guys will know we need a retest, right? You want to see us get a retest here and then go on to meet the first pivot point, which is around this point, 4.2. Then you look up to 5.6, and then the top of the channel up at 6. More interestingly, however, is when you start getting up to those $7 levels where, of course, Telegram has been at before. Now, for those who aren't familiar, Pavel Durov, who's the founder and owner, the billionaire owner of Telegram, the app, the messaging app, now it's a huge platform, which we're going to come on to shortly as well, has an estimated net worth of around $15.5 billion. I mean, some say 11, some say 15. Take whichever figure you want to. That's the Forbes figure I'm claiming here. And Telegram, the app, has a market valuation of around $30 billion. These are not jokes of a platform. This is not, some kid in his bedroom launching a crypto. No. This is a very successful person, a billionaire in his own right, who's deciding to put time and energy behind his crypto coin. And the reason the markets are excited is it's woken up. It started off earlier on where we got this update that TON Foundation appoints ex-Visa exec to spearhead their payment strategy. Cool. I mean, even this is a standalone announcement is really, really bullish, right? To go and get somebody who's an ex-Visa exec and to bring them into the team. I'm always bullish on these types of moves. Anybody that can bring senior, Web 2 and corporate people across to the blockchain world, things powerful can happen, because the blockchain world has huge amounts of entrepreneurialism, but we need to put that within a structure if we want to create hypergrowth, if we want these companies to scale to hundreds of billions of dollars like we have seen with traditional companies. So this announcement on its own was big, right? At Visa, Nikola Plekas was pivotal in developing and leading crypto-related initiatives, spearheading significant partnerships across Europe. His expertise in bridging the gap between traditional finance systems and emerging digital solutions will be crucial for the TON Foundation. This was bullish, but then it kept on going, right? And we'll then go on to this new piece of news, which is that Telegram decided to raise $1.5 billion through a bond sale backed by BlackRock and Citadel. Now, for anybody who's familiar with the raising of bonds, is not just how much you raise, but from who from, right? The fact that you've got BlackRock and Citadel, some of the biggest names in the space, coming in and backing Telegram for their next bit of their journey is huge. It also includes Mubadala, Citadel. I mean, this is some really, really big, platforms. And of course, when you've got $540 million profit on 1.4 billion of revenue and a 30 billion valuation for Telegram, I mean, you can understand why money is starting to flow in. But straight away, we got the progress, right? TON jumped 16% as Telegram gets a $300 million, right? Cash. $300 million cash, plus XAI equity to integrate Grok. This is a game changer, guys, and this is one of the reasons why the crypto is moving. Telegram has agreed to integrate Grok to its 1 billion users on the Telegram platform. This is a win-win situation. In fact, Durov tweeted the same thing. He said it's a win-win when he announced this announcement. Now, what's interesting, you can see he confirmed the collaboration on X, which I can click through into for you guys to see. This summer, Telegram users will gain access to the best AI technology on the market. Elon Musk and I, two mega billionaires, have got together and agreed to a one-year partnership to bring XAI's Grok to our billion-plus users to integrate it. Now, for Telegram, it's great that they get the cash. It's great that they give their users, an AI product in app, because why should they go and develop theirs when everybody's racing to get the best AI? Doesn't make sense. Not everybody should go and build the next ChatGPT. You've already got these guys competing. Just pick one and plug it in. He gets 300 million cash, but then he also gets the equity. So he's going to get 50% of the revenue, right? 50% of the revenue from XAI subscriptions sold via Telegram. So if you go through Telegram and sign up to XAI, he's going to get 50% of the revenue going into Telegram. And this is why people are feeling so bullish about Ton and why they think the next journey is about to start. Now, why am I excited about Ton? I mean, this is a project that's $8.5 billion already in terms of market cap. You have to appreciate that, when you factor in the circulating supply is only half of the total supply, right? That's a little bit of a red flag which you need to account for and budget for. Fully diluted, this is already $18 billion, right? So it's not as cheap as you think when you look at the 8 billion. It is already 18 billion. But when I look at Telegram and the Toncoin particularly, this is not a project that I just think is, some kid in their bedroom that's going to go and try to make a $10 billion crypto coin. No, I genuinely think Ton can beat Ethereum. I know this is an outlandish bet. I genuinely think it can happen. It may not happen immediately. It may not happen in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, but I think it can happen. Why? Because Pavel Durov. If you ask me, am I going to bet on Pavel Durov or Vitalik, particularly this kind of a Vitalik, right, which is, asleep at the moment at the wheel, I'm going to go with Pavel. I'm going to go with the entrepreneur who has scaled to that size in the traditional markets that's got 1 billion users on his platform, right? I know that may be contrary to belief or that's hard to understand. I just think this is a good move. And I think this is somebody that's going to be looking to grow his platform quite significantly. Now, look, maybe my shouts of it getting to $1 trillion market cap and eclipsing Ethereum is a bit kind of, out there. It's your moon case when you're budgeting. Of course, you should have a moon case when you're budgeting. Realistically, is it, what's XRP doing at the moment? It's sitting at $132 billion valuation. I mean, Solana sitting at $88 billion valuation, right? Telegram taps you into 1 billion users actively using the platform. It's things that people use. And I think that's one of the reasons why you'll start to see more excitement around the Ton coin. So big day for Ton. You can see the movement here from a technical analysis suits it perfectly. But more importantly, they're waking up, right? You don't get these kind of triple pronged announcements happening in one go if the project wasn't awake and ready for action. And the bit we didn't talk about was, of course, Pavel's been subdued. This last year, he got arrested in, of course, France as well. Maybe he had all this ongoing stuff, kind of taking up his capacity and taking up his bandwidth. Is he now back at the wheel? Is he now ready to steer this coin, not just back to where it was, back at $7.22, kind of at those levels, but can he now start to eclipse that? Can he start climbing through, through the rankings and start challenging? Why not, right? Why not? If you've had Ethereum as a platform, which, market cap, if we go to all-time high here and you can start to see, if that can get to $500 billion, what's to say that something like Ton in another cycle as the market grows and as it gets institutional adoption can't hit those kind of levels of 500 billion, 750 billion, 1 trillion. It can happen. The space is going to grow over time. And the market caps you're looking at today in crypto will all be eclipsed. When you go and look at this top 10, right, you're not getting in the top 10, in my opinion, with less than 100 million in a future cycle here on crypto. And that's just how the status quo is going to be. Now, another important thing to note is from Elon Musk's side, complete no-brainer, right? You tap your AI Grok into 1 billion users, you get the data to retrain your AI, right? Which is huge because let's face it, OpenAI or whoever they're competing with in terms of Gemini and all these other platforms out there, they have to get the data. They have to get 1 billion people using OpenAI for you to get that data. If Telegram can tap into even, 20% of that and get 200 million people actively using Grok, That's huge for Elon Musk because he gets to train his AI bot, and that's going to be worth the 300 million. The 300 million is going to look cheap at that point. So there you have it, guys. Get Ton on your radar. Of course, never chase those green candles. Decide how much of a position do you want in your portfolio on Ton. Decide to wait for some of those pullbacks. Buy on those pullbacks. Buy in those moments of fear. Don't just chase on a 13% candle. That's not the point. But you should be alert to the fact that these tokens are alive. Certain tokens are making good moves, big partnerships, big updates. Those are the ones in your portfolio. You don't want these dead, luggage, ugly weight projects in your portfolio. They've got to be alive and they've got to be ready to move when the market is moving. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you like this type of content, smash up likes. Do not forget to subscribe. If you actively want to trade with me, check out the link in the description to my Telegram community where I'm daily taking altcoin trades. Come and join me and get some amazing trades too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.